Tubies, Happy New Year! This video, as you can see, is titled 2013, A New Year, A New You, aka New Me. Thought I would try this out and have a little bit of fun with it. It's a new year. I know a lot of people don't make New Year's resolutions because they either do it, on Halloween or they do it during Yule. It really just depends on when you believe the new year starts for you. For me, I have different times where I set different goals. I will never make a goal that I have to conquer within a whole year. Give myself a whole year to conquer it. I usually do it in the different quarters of the year. And I found that it's a lot more easy to actually stick to and keep up with. And as well as it gives you that time to where you can actually feel accomplished and you don't feel so overwhelmed by the goals and the huge list of goals that you set for yourself and feel pressured in the timing that you have to get it done. But when you set it in quarterly increments, which is, about every 3 months, then you can reward yourself and you can feel excited when that new season of change comes and you're like, wow, I did all this in the winter, or all this in the summer, etc. So, I've gotten several emails and messages and people who want to really be inspired and really want to incorporate their practice as well as herbs and set a few other goals. So I want to, I'm going to be getting back into doing these Wicca videos, but I'm also going to be incorporating some other things into them, such as just everyday life, how I handle things and incorporate magic into them, and as well as health-wise and herbs and such. So this year is the goal to become balanced in your mind, your body, and your spirit. So what I suggest, and I'm actually doing the same thing, is number one, get yourself a journal, set yourself up a Microsoft Word page, set yourself up a blog, whatever it is, but something that you have access to every day, even a blank piece of paper, whatever it is. But get a piece of paper or get something set up to where you can write on or in it every single day, or at least 3 to 4 times a week. What I want you to do is I want you to start out by, number one, writing 3 positive affirmations about yourself. Don't worry about feeling conceited. Don't think that you're egotistical if you're really, truthful. Be honest to God, truthful with yourself, and write 3 things that you know are for real about yourself. You're a positive, outgoing person, you're very independent, you're strong-willed, whatever it is that makes you feel good about yourself and it actually inspires you and uplifts you, write that down and write at least 3 of them. If you only have 1, cool. If you have more, cool. But at least give yourself 3 if you can. Now, second, come up with a few goals. It could be 1 major goal. It could be 3 or 4 small goals. It could be however many you want. But write down the goals that you want to accomplish, no matter how big or small, by the spring equinox, which would be Astara, which would be around March 21st, 22nd. Just depends on the calendar year and the alignment of the planets and such. So make sure you write that down and stick to it. Now, next week, after you get all this stuff written down and motivate yourself and say, okay, should be one of your goals, that you're actually going to do this. I want you to begin it. Now, number one, everybody needs a healthy body. So what we're going to do is everybody, especially if you're doing a blog or a journal, weigh yourself and write down your weight. And that way, each week when you go weigh yourself, you can keep track of how well you're doing. Also, plan a little diet for yourself and start slow. It doesn't have to be a dramatic diet. We've got a whole couple months to get this stuff done. So do something. Number one, cut out sweets or quit smoking or, cut out meat or cut out dairy products. Whatever it is that agitates your body and makes you feel sluggish and allows you to not have any energy or oomph every day, that's what you need to work on cutting out. You know, it's easier if you do it on a week-by-week basis rather than just cold turkey, everything stopping and just you put yourself in a shock. You become depressed, you become unmotivated because you can't do it. So we're starting small. Starting small. My big thing right now is cutting out sweets. Granted, I'm already halfway there. I haven't had hardly any sugary, chocolatey nothings. I still got a ton of Halloween candy that I actually thought I was going to devour, but I just don't have the craving for it anymore. Now this video is just going to be a basis, and every week I will post up certain things that you can do, such as herbs you can take to boost up energy, certain teas that you can drink to boost up energy or to help you go to sleep at night if you just have so much energy and you can't find a way to calm yourself down. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and one reason why I'm doing it is I'm doing this myself. Last year for me was very chaotic and shitty for the most part, and it really left me in a wide roller coaster range of things. You know, I'd be all motivated and ready to kick some ass and take some names one week, and then the next week I'd have stuff happen and I'd get stressed and I'd just get completely unmotivated, and I felt heavy and weighed down, and I don't like that. And when you get like that, which everybody does unless you're just perfect, you know, it really unmotivates you, and it really inhibits you spiritually and magically to where you just don't have it. But when you're feeling good and in tune and relaxed overall, then you can feel in tune and you can feel positive, and you can actually pay attention to the universe and you feel the energy coming from it, and you don't feel so foggy overall. Now, so besides the affirmations, besides your goals, what else I want you to do is get ready to set up your little sacred space. Whether you're a teenager and it's on your dresser in your room, whether, you know, you're grown up and you have your own house, set yourself up a little corner or just, you know, a table or wherever it is that makes you happy and you know nobody's going to be messing with it. And get ready to set up your altar. And throughout that, you know, when you go on your walks to start your exercise, if that's what you're doing, if you're going outside to meditate for a little bit or whatever it is, even if you're going shopping and you find something while you're walking by and something that catches your interest, pick it up. Pick it up and keep it and put it aside and collect all these little things, even if it's the most odd thing in the world and you're like, God, I got to pick that up, or I need some of that, whether it be leaves, snow, twigs, rocks, coins, whatever it is, pick it up and keep it. And we're going to be putting that on our altars, especially when Imbolc comes around, which is February 2nd. So that's the time where you actually go and you set up your new altar for the new season, and you know, really, really do that. And we're going to get crafty on some things that you could do to celebrate Imbolc. And during the my Friday night Stickum chats, because lately I've just kind of have had nothing to talk about, what we're going to do from now on is make it more of a review and a sharing of our experiences of things that have happened during the week. You know, were we kicking ass and taking names and sticking to our regimen? You know, what was the big goal that we achieved? Did we cut out red meat? Did we, you know, stop drinking 12 cups of coffee a day? Whatever it is, you know, we're going to brag about it and we're going to congratulate each other, pat each other on the backs, and we're going to actually keep each other motivated. So on your blog, you know, you can make it, and when I'm saying blog, this goes with journal entry, this goes with everything. So when you're actually writing, When you're writing your experiences throughout the week, it doesn't have to be anything super thorough. You're not writing an English paper to turn in to get graded. This is simply for you to go back and reflect on. Even if it's something that you notice, start paying attention to the little things. When you go outside, did you notice that, a lot of people were looking at you in a certain way? Or did you notice a certain color all the time? And what color was it? Did you notice an animal in a peculiar space that goes, You may not know what it means at that moment in time, but if it catches your attention, write it down. And this is something that you have to do, especially if you're beginning into your Wiccan, pagan, spiritual practice, whatever you want to classify it as. We're going to get back to the basics, because I think 2012, I know it really screwed me up in a lot of ways. And like I said, I've had my ups and downs, and I have my great days, and then I have my shitty days. And I want to get back to having great days every day. And after reading all these emails, hundreds of emails I get daily. And all of them really, really go back to people wanting to improve their health, get off their medications, feel motivated, get back some energy, feel back in tune with their practice, and not necessarily, want to practice being Wiccan, but they want to get in touch with their inner witch, or they just want to feel spiritual and have faith, just in general. And I agree. When you have no faith, you have no motivation. You have nothing to inspire you, nothing to energize you. And depending on your home life and your everyday mundane life, it can really affect your overall attitude and your overall spirit. So, and I'm jumping back and forth, but you know how I do. So collect stuff, pay attention to things, write it down. Even the most little minute thing. Dreams. If you're a dreamer, keep a pen and paper next to you. And yes, it's very hard to get in the habit, but once you do, if you wake up in a dream and you're into the point where you're telling yourself in your dream, God, I have got to remember this. Wake up, because you're already halfway awake, and write it down. Scribble, scrabble, write it down. And do that. And then also at least make one day a week when you're feeling good and you got some time for yourself, and do some divination, whether it's with tarot cards, pendulum, runes, scrying, whatever tickles your pickle. Do it and write down what it says. It may not make total sense to you at the time, but I guarantee you when you go back and you're referencing it, it will, and you go, oh, and it'll click, and you go, that's what that meant. That's what it is. And when it clicks, you write it down again. It's all about paying attention. It's all about being aware, raising your awareness. And if you're empathic, feel those energies. And what kind of energies are you feeling? And why do you think you're feeling them? Is it yourself deflecting off of others? Are you just putting out so much that people are actually responding and reacting to you? Or are you more, what's the word I'm looking for? Or are you just more receptive to where you allow other people's moods instead of you projecting what other people are projecting? You absorb that. Do you need to work on some kind of protection? And think about all these little questions. And this next week, I want you to write down those little things that come up with, like, aha, okay, I need to work on protecting myself from negative energy from others. Or, aha, I need to work on the energy that I put out at my job or in my house or whatever it is. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you have kids, do you want to spend more time and do some interactive things with your kids? Get crafty with it. What is it that you want to do? My big thing right now is sewing. I'm kind of sewing. I'm enjoying it. It's making me happy. I'm making things that I've never made before. They're not always the greatest, but I feel good about myself because I'm actually doing some things. Also, with the end of winter coming, it is very, very important for you as a spiritual person and just for your livelihood as a whole to bring everything that you wanted to do in the beginning of the winter to an end. Accomplish it. That way you're way open for spring. You know, I made a video, I don't know, I guess it was a couple months ago when I was talking about the winter months and concentrating on your house and concentrating on, you know, reorganizing and getting rid of what you don't need or what you don't want, and kind of clearing that space and concentrating on the inner part of your life. Because when spring comes, you're going to be outside, you're going to be doing gardening, you're going to be doing a lot of different things, and it's a busier time of year. So you don't want to have to give that much attention to your house by then. But is that one of your goals? You know, in the wintertime, do you want to kind of spruce up your house and make it a little bit more magical? Do you plan on doing a garden? Because right now is the best time to start looking for some seeds, because you will be start sowing your seeds at the beginning of February, Marchish, depending on where you live. So do that. Work on your routine. If you have a blog, I actually started up my blog again, so I'm going to post up the link, and I'm going to be just jotting down all kinds of crap from the exercises that I've been doing to the things that I eat or don't eat or whatever it is. Just going to be doing a little blog every day. And if you do decide to start a blog, please share it with me. You know, send it to me through my Facebook or whatever it is. And that way we can kind of comment on each other's blogs and motivate each other and, you know, keep it real. But I think this will be really fun. And then after or on next week on Stick'em, we will do a chat and we'll go over things I've read, different goals that people have come up with, how it's going for me, you know, whether it's going great or not. But yeah, really take this time to start over, You know, if you want to become in tune with that inner witch, or you really need a kick in the ass or jump start to get you going, now is the time. Don't wait till halfway of the year is done and over with. You know, just because other pagans and other witches have already started it in Yule doesn't mean it's too late. It's never too late to start. So we're 4 days into the year. We can do this. We can kick this year's ass and make it a fantastic year. Share some energies, and really make some magical things happen. I know we can. So that's my idea, vent, Happy New Year vlog. Check out my blog. And yeah, I think it's going to be good. Going to be good. Good. It's good. So yeah, I love you guys. And I'll be seeing a lot more of you. And other than that, I'll see you around on Facebook like always. And until next time, love.